Hey heroes, how you guys doing today? We are your hosts for hire. I am Kyle Cage. This is Lucas Rand. Today we wanted to come in and talk about the Penguin. It's getting a lot of buzz this last, couple weeks. It's rightfully so, I would
So
say.
good.
Like it is top tier. It's one of the best superhero contents we've gotten in a long time, and it's
It is.
vaguely a superhero content. You know what I mean? Like it is much more a crime thriller than it is a
Actually, it's a
superhero
good point.
show.
It's interesting you say that because I'm willing to bet that in the next few coming years, here in the next like 3 to 5 years, we're gonna get a lot of like crime thrillers, Soprano style gangster like TV shows and movies
There's
trying to ride
there's
the
gonna be
coattails of what the
there's
Penguin has
yeah,
done
there's gonna be a
because it has done something
revitalization.
amazing.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's really done something incredible. Like you said, like the fact that it's the Penguin is just kind of like a little cherry on top for like comic book fans. But like as far as the content itself, it's just 10 out of 10 peak.
Hmm.
It's
Which
so good.
I feel similarly about Batman, even the Batman, the
Mhm.
movie, but
Mhm.
in lesser of a way because it is very much a Batman,
Right.
superhero movie, but it is also
It's just a
people
good
who have
detective
like
movie.
like my brother Dylan, like he's not like huge into comic books or superheroes.
Mhm.
He likes
Mhm.
a few iterations, but
Right.
with the Batman, like we watched it and then which he loved it, and then we started watching the Penguin, and he can't get enough of it. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
transcends the bridges over
Yep.
comic book
The
nerds.
fandom.
Yeah, exactly the
Yeah.
fandom. Yeah.
Which is amazing. Like the things that they do though that like are the penguinness of him that they do are absolutely incredible. Like the way he just is able to weasel out and talk his way out
Mhm.
of just countless situations from episode 1 till 7 now.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just so
consistently.
incredible,
It's
man.
like it's almost like infuriating. It's like, God damn,
It's his
he is
superpower.
like
Like it
seriously,
is a
yes,
superpower
yeah.
of sorts.
Like his ability to just survive. He is a survivor.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. And like Vic, they introduced such a cool character, man. There's so many places that they can go with this character. Like
And
I
him being a
thought that
unique.
he was gonna turn into Zaz in like the first few episodes. I was certain of it.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
he's
you were
gonna
pretty
turn into Zaz.
adamant.
Like it's gonna happen. Now, as the episodes go by, I'm a little less convinced, but I do still think that they're like they're either gonna kill him. Like I'm thinking either like Penguin's gonna kill him as like a final show of like I don't give a fuck
About
and like kind of like break the
anyone.
hearts of the
Yeah.
fans, you know?
Like his
Like
mom is really the only person he cares about.
right.
And even that
That's either gonna happen
and even now
or
in the next episode I don't know, I have a suspicion that she's going to have been needed for a reason. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
she has knowledge
yeah.
of something, or she has something that he needs still, that she
It's really
still is
interesting.
withholding from him, and once he gets that, then he won't
That's
really
very
give a shit
interesting.
about
I
her.
really like that.
But
Dude,
we'll
that
see.
scene by the way where she asks him to kill him, dude, that had me like oh, such an intense scene, man.
And it's so sad because it's like I imagine it's pretty indicative of the way a lot of people like that
Reality.
feel. Yeah, exactly, and
Yeah.
like the reality that
Like when
people
he
are.
says like you're not thinking straight and she's like I am for now, that got me good, dude. I was like,
Hmm.
"Oh, no. Oh god."
Yeah, episode 6 and 7. The actress who
Peak, dude.
plays her just killed it. I just had her name. It's Deirdre O'Connell, who plays Frances Cobb. Is she deserves an Emmy? Like it's
Dude,
insane.
straight up supporting actress. I mean,
Ah,
like so far in my mind has been that Sophia, the actress that plays Sophia,
really all of the performances are what make this
so
show
good, dude.
so
Holy
good.
shit.
Like the writing,
Like,
the directing, it's all amazing, but the performances are next level.
yeah,
It deserves
yeah,
all the Oscars in my opinion.
truly.
I don't know. It's
Truly, yeah. It's been so captivating. Like every week we're on it. I
and
don't know
like
about
the
you
hour
guys.
goes by
Tell
so
us in the
fast.
comments
Yeah.
if you guys have been enjoying this as much as we have, because
Mhm.
we know with the buzz that Penguin's been creating, it's kind of been like a universal yes from like comic book fans and non-comic book fans. I
Just
would say
all over. Yeah, everyone wants more of it, which is kind of puts them in a tricky spot because
it
going
does,
forward,
doesn't
they
it?
really have only planned on having this one season of the show, but people are gonna
But
want
man,
to see
like
way
if
more of
if
it.
they do like this, like part one Penguin, part two, whatever show comes out in between, because they have another one planned, and
Yep.
then part three, and they do it like all to this level of quality, it might be like one of the greatest pieces of like comic book art on television to ever go down.
And if they
Which
have a really succinct plan that really only involves those 5 projects and like tacking more on has a potential of like ruining it, I want them to just do the 5.
right? No, that's what I mean.
But
Yeah,
man, does that feel
100%.
like
It hurts though.
in the future, 15, 20 years from now when we want to rewatch this saga, it's gonna feel
I'm gonna want more.
really small. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Especially considering that the MCU is like 28
Yeah, you
movies.
could literally
You know?
spend a month and a half watching
Yeah,
the
and
MCU
hopefully
and
James Gunn's DC
DCU eventually,
is
yeah,
gonna
in
like
15 or
be a
20
whole lot
years.
of movies as well. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
really like that.
But
But hey, you guys, tell us what have been your favorite parts about the Penguin so far. I think for me, it was the speech at the in episode 7 when he's talking to all the other crime lords. Man, like that was so good. That was so good. The way he's like, and they don't even know our fucking names. That
mhm.
like was just so.
He knows exactly what
The
to
writing was
say.
so
He
good
knows
there.
exactly what to say and to who he's talking to. Like he
Yeah.
knows how to perfectly curate his words to get the people around him to go along with
And like I really love writing, like myself in my personal like hobby
him.
time. But like, so like to write out that scene is so incredible, dude. Like that speech to like conceptualize of that and like the whole like gathering, getting them to all crack the beers, like fuck, dude,
Hmm.
genius.
Yeah.
Whoever that was, I'm not sure who the writer is of Penguin. I'm sorry that we only know actor names and we don't know writer names and stuff because that's the way the world works. But dude, you deserve your props. The whole team.
Yeah.
It's probably not just one
I,
dude.
I I
It's
have a
the
hard
whole
time.
team.
You said that and it made me think like, what is my favorite moment from the show so far? And that's a really hard question for me.
Yeah.
It's more of a collection of small moments for me. Like
Ooh,
like just the way that his facial tics are. Penguin's like
I love
when
that.
he's trying to like manipulate someone, you could see it in his face and the way it's acted is so good. But like the other thing is like the way he'll be like, after right when I was planning on cutting you guys in, I got screwed by this person. He basically said that same line to like several different groups of people.
Yes.
There were just certain things like that I just love, and it goes back to the writing, like you said, where they loop everything back together and they make it like he's so manipulative, and somehow no one's catches.
Yeah.
Like they all know it
Yeah.
too.
Well, they all
It's not
know
like
it. Yeah,
yeah,
I was
but
gonna say
like
like they're all like he is a slime. Like working with him is like making a deal against
but he
yourself,
always
essentially.
but
And they
he
all still work with him
well
because he's
because
just like
he
he knows what the fuck he's doing.
and I just realized he also always he makes sure he's in a position that he is needed.
Right.
That
Yeah.
they can't
He always
just get
puts up.
rid of him.
Like yeah.
That if they
Yeah.
were to get
Right.
rid of him, they would miss out on something huge.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm.
It's
It's
just yeah,
truly great.
peak
Well,
content.
what
And
are
you guys, please, if you guys like the Penguin, talk to us about your favorite moments, like we said down in the comments.
if you're
And
hating the show, let us know why as well. Let us know in the comments
yeah,
why you hate it, and
seriously,
I
even more so. Yeah,
because I want to
I'm
know. I
curious.
want like because I what I'm hoping for is you guys say something and I think, oh wow, yeah, you guys are right. Holy shit, that is a
Yep.
really big oversight. But because I'm not seeing any, it is
So
cohesive.
far, I have one gripe, and it's a relatively small one, but it's to me the lack of a mention of Batman at all.
I
Like I'm
understand we're
cool with
not gonna
Batman
see
not
him,
being in
yeah,
it.
and I don't want
Yeah,
to see him, but like,
like
yeah,
just the fact that he hasn't been mentioned kind of
you
separates
know,
the worlds a
here's the
little bit,
here
and I wish the mentioning would have come in.
here's an
But that's like my
interesting.
one thing. Talking about it with Yvonne a little bit, my stepbrother, and I also think maybe like since it's still technically his like second year, maybe going into his third year as Batman, like this is all pretty sequential right after the story of Batman Part One.
Mhm.
Maybe they still kind of don't take him very seriously, so they're just like, oh, like the Batman, like fuck that guy,
Well,
like
after
you know what I
two
mean?
years, a little over 2 years, it's more. You're right, but I also think it's more like he does. They don't. They're not certain he exists. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're like
Yeah, but then like the Penguin
the
also like
Penguin
in the
knows he
Batman
exists. Yeah,
Part One, like he really got the fear of the God instilled in him like through
yeah.
Batman. I guess I just would have liked the scene like
Hmm.
explaining that, saying it, bringing it to light. Somebody like saying the
Somebody being
word
like, "Hey, what?"
Batman,
Like
and
he's
then
like,
being like, "Hey, like don't
yeah, like we don't
like
speak
don't
his name,
invoke."
he'll show up.
Yeah, like that
Or
type
I
of
was,
shit. You know,
or
like,
like
hey, like
I just had the thought of like, be like, why,
don't give his name
like, all
power
right,
type
we'll
shit.
go drop it off tomorrow, and it's like, why can't we just do it tonight? You don't want to go out at night,
Right. Yeah.
something like
Right.
that.
Little. Right. I really wish that there was something like that. That's like my only one gripe on the show so far.
That's
That
fair
like a
too. I
connection to
agree. I
Batman
agree with
would
that.
be dope.
Yeah, I think
But other than that, I got nothing, man. You
our
guys let us
laughs
know
are
what are
eight
things you
better.
have thought of that like were some things they didn't think of and didn't put in the show that you wish that you would have seen, so that we can talk about that a little bit. And if you guys like this content that we're talking about, as always, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. That's at Host4Hire with the number 4 podcast, Hosts4HirePodcast. That is with the number 4. And we appreciate you guys so much if you stuck around this long.
Yeah,
And see you
absolutely.
next time.
And please, as well as going to YouTube, check out our Patreon. It's,
Yes.
patreon.com/host for hire podcast. Anything helps. We appreciate it and hope to see you guys next time.